Well, I guess we'll get started. Thank you guys for coming out to support these candidates. My name is James Lilly. You can call me Bluefield. I think Britt would like to say something, possibly.
Well, appreciate you guys coming out. I know this is a slim audience, but for those that are not in coat and tie, thanks. This is it's important. You'll see when the later elections come on, with the big ones in the spring, with our roles coming up for re-election or election. These rooms will be packed. So making this first step is important. I appreciate it. Tonight's a big night. This is the first opportunity for you guys to set yourselves apart other than your campaign. Take it diligently. These are not blow-off questions. We are trying to get to the bottom of who is the best candidate for the job. I know that Bluefield will record this in years past. It's been put on the closed circuit TV. Will that happen again?
Unfortunately, no, because there was something wrong with it. But it will be on Facebook and on YouTube, and I will send everyone a link.
Well, that's pretty cool. My last, when I won this position, I had a speech and it was on Facebook, and it's cool to share with your friends and stuff. So make sure you give your speeches eloquently, well spoken, eloquently said. Thanks to everyone coming out, and good luck. Thank you.
Okay, well, first I would like to say that you'll have 1 minute and 10 seconds to answer the questions that Fred, who is chairman of the Senate, is getting ready to ask you. Without any further ado, Fred.
Thanks for coming, guys. I remember my first debate for the Senate, and it can be a little bit of a process, to say the least. So thanks for coming, and thanks to all your classmates as well. I'm just going to ask you a series of questions. We're going to go from start on this side and go down, then we're going to start from the opposite side and come back. Okay. All right. So first question. Well, first, let me explain what the Student Senate does. The Student Senate is pretty much the all-purpose student life governing body on campus. The first thing that we do is all clubs. We are the governing body for all clubs and activities and organizations on campus. So that's our main responsibility. It's in the key. That's what we do first and foremost. We approve charters, or we could dissolve clubs. So that's our first thing. Our second most priority is pretty much anything that can happen on campus. Pretty much everything from laundries to, you name it, beer bottle being broken in front of Carp X to whatever. So we handle pretty much all issues. I know one of the major issues right now on campus is the slow internet that we are all experiencing. So that's pretty much what we do, and I'll go ahead and ask these questions. First question, why are you running for a seat on the Student Senate? And it's a two-part question. Why are you running for a seat on the Student Senate? And what defining characteristics makes you best qualified for the job?
My name is Trip Ahrensmeyer. I'm a freshman. Start off with that. I'm running for the Student Senate because there's a lot of school does a great job, but there are a lot of complaints, things I think people have brought up that I think I could resolve. I want to be in politics in my lifetime. It's something I want to pursue. So, kind of answering the first part and the second part, it's a career path for me. So it's something I'm interested in doing. So I will take it very seriously, and it's also something that I care about. So that's something I want to do.
Hey, my name is Benny Baranek. I am running for Student Senate because right when I came to Hampton-Sydney, it was a great place. I knew right away I really wanted to get involved, and I think Student Senate would be the best option for me. I'm very organized. I have a great set of ideas for this school, which is already a great place, but I think I could even help to make it a little better. What best qualifies me, I think I have a great set of leadership skills that'll help me set myself and the rest of the student body to really get things done and make this place even better.
Hi, I'm Matt Goodrich. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Excuse me, I'm trying to fight a cold. But one of the reasons I am running for Student Senate, like similar to Benny, I came into Hampton-Sydney knowing I wanted to get involved, and I saw the Senate has a great opportunity to do that. And I've been involved with other, I guess, called student government things in high school, and it's something that I wanted to continue on into college. So I see this as a great opportunity to continue doing that and kind of being a voice for my peers. So.
Hi, my name is Kelly Pools. I'd say similarly to what my co-candidates have said, that I came into Hampton-Sydney from high school and was kind of craving a leadership role and thought that I represented a bunch of different groups at Hampton-Sydney. I'm on the baseball team. I'm looking to possibly join a fraternity. I come from Texas. I feel like I have a diverse background, and in high school I took on leadership roles within my sports team and within the school. And I feel like that would really help me to make Hampton-Sydney an even better place than it was when I came here.
Hey guys, my name is Brett Shaw. I feel like that when I came into Hampton-Sydney, there were some things that I wanted to reform and change, and I'm running for senator so that I can change those things. I feel like I would be a good candidate because I'm a good leader and I can be a good voice for my peers, and I want to get things done.
Thanks, guys. First day of class, the class of 2016 is a little weird in that, for the first time in a long time, it is the most diverse class ever in Sydney for quite some time. So how do you plan to represent the diverse constituency of your class? And let's start from Brett.
I believe that at Hampton-Sydney we're all fellow brothers. There's no racial barriers between any of us. So, and as a freshman this year, I would like to bring all of us together and make sure people realize that there's no racial barriers and no racial tensions.
Stepping back from a racial standpoint, I'd say that diversity to me, I mean, primarily the school is composed of Virginians. I'd say that I represent other people besides, obviously, Virginia, coming from Texas. It kind of gives me not a better, but a different background than some of my peers. You know, speaking from a racial diversity standpoint, I think that everyone has equal opportunities, which is great at a school like this, and I'd like to see that even amplified, see more students with different backgrounds getting involved, and if voted, I think that we can keep on that track that Hampton-Sydney has been going through over the years.
Kind of to jump on the bandwagon with these guys, I agree that, I mean, like Brett said, we're all brothers here. There's no racial, I mean, there could be racial barriers, but jumping into it, I know that, like, as a senator, I would try to, I guess, kind of dissolve those if there are any, and just bring everybody together, form more of a brotherhood than there already is. So yeah.
I think as far as being the most diverse class here, it could turn out to be the best thing that's ever happened in this class, because it could really show that we could come together as a brotherhood, and it could really show that we are one, and Hampton-Sydney has a ton of tradition, and this may be going around the tradition a little bit, but in a very good way. It'll really set us apart even more so than other schools.
Yesterday I was kind of campaigning, going around, you know, I knocked on probably most of your doors in Cushing and Carps, and I just saw a ton of different guys from different backgrounds, athletes, sports guys, you know, people studying hard, people I hadn't seen on campus yet. And I tried to talk to every guy for a couple minutes, and I just learned there's tons of different cultures, tons of different outlooks and everything on campus, and I look forward to talking to everyone and representing them all. There are a lot of cool guys that I hadn't seen that I realized, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can get done on this campus if we all kind of talk, and I, as a senator, hope to continue those relationships that I kind of met guys yesterday with. But yeah, it's great. Yeah.
You've only been here for a few weeks, but what do you enjoy most about Hampton-Sydney, and what do you wish you could change?
What do I know most about Hampton-Sydney? Probably the feeling of brotherhood. I mean, like, I live in White House. I know most people probably live in the Carps or Cushing, but even me and the guys I talk to there, I mean, everyone's just doing stuff with each other. You just knock on a door, you just, to me anyway, I feel like there's no barriers as much. Just kind of all buds, we're all in college. That's probably what I like most about it, the brotherhood. What I want to change, you mentioned it, the internet is, it's tough watching a video without it loading. It doesn't seem important, but I mean, in the age of YouTube, it kind of is. Other than that, I mean, yeah, just some minor things. But I mean, if you guys have any ideas, please feel free to come to us, or if I'm elected, or anyone who's elected. But yeah, that's about it.
What I like most about Hampton City so far is all the girls. I'm just kidding, obviously. No, everybody's been so polite, so incredibly nice. I love, like, really the whole general aspect of how polite everybody is. It's really not a joke at all. Everybody is incredibly generous, and rather than change, because the school, I think, is already so great as it is, I think critique would just be more bringing in a sense of tradition. I know our freshman class, we had a speech on C-Day from a former alumni, and that really just motivated the heck out of me. He was a great guy. He really just thrived on how many connections and how many great things there are coming from this school, and I would love to see more of that. So.
The thing I love most about this school in the first, I guess, 5 weeks we've been here is, like these guys said, just the atmosphere. You come in here and you just look around, it's just like unlike any other place in the world. You're not going to find a college campus like this anywhere else. The friendliness, the tradition, the character of the school. You can go to, like, I went to CNU last year, and that just doesn't, I mean, that's off the topic, sorry, get off the topic. That school has no character, and coming here, it's just like, wow, this is awesome. Things I want to change most, honestly, to me, there's not much to change here. I mean, just a minimal thing, maybe like 2% milk in the cafeteria instead of whole milk skim. That, like, honestly, there's so much like great stuff going on here, like, and I don't honestly at this point. I mean, I will take it as it comes, but we'll take changes as it comes, as they need to be adjusted with. But so.
The sense of community, something that I really enjoyed here. You know, you walk around and it's a place like no other. When I was visiting schools, you know, this is probably one of the smaller schools that I looked at, but unlike the University of Texas or, you know, any University of Virginia, any big school like that, you couldn't walk outside and go grilling with your buddies. That just doesn't happen any other place. You know, you can't leave your backpack someplace and expect for it to be there when you get back. So I definitely, that's the part I love about Hampton City. As far as things that need to be changed, I definitely think that as a school we have a problem with retention rates. I think that we need to figure out a way for more people to stay at this school. You know, whenever they sit you down and say, one of the people next to you is not going to be here when you graduate. I think that's something that needs to be changed, whether it's through study halls or, you know, just more ways for people to stay here because it's such a great place. I think we need to strive to have more of our brothers graduate with us.
The first night we were here, we signed the honor code, and since I've been here, it's been evident that that's a pretty big thing at our school. We're treated as men, and that's something that I love. All of our teachers treat us like men. We're not boys anymore. We've grown up. You look around campus, and people aren't stealing people's stuff. People aren't cheating over someone's shoulder. We are treated as men, and we uphold to the honor code, and I love it. That's the thing I love about Hampton Sydney. The thing that I would like to see change is getting takeout in the moms. Instead of swiping in and eating, getting a to-go box and fitting as much food as you can. A lot of times coming from a sports practice, I know you don't want to go down there and sit down there, so you can get it and take it back to your room. I've actually got some stats proving that it could save money also. So.
All right, the second to last question came directly from the Senate that we'll be serving on hopefully soon. What was your experience with C-Day, and if you could change it in the future, how would you change it?
Sorry about that. C-Day for me, it was a great experience. When we got our commission from Carter, that was, like Matt said, it pumped me up, and I'm really excited for the year. I definitely think we should continue the tradition. One thing that I would change about it is more serving. I know that was supposed to be a big part of it, but my group, we built chairs, and I feel like I wish we could have done a little bit longer time serving. So.
My experience with C-Day was, as he said, it was pretty good. I mean, I think a lot of us came into a sense of, you know, why am I having to go through this whole day when maybe I only have one class on a Tuesday? But you know, you heard Ryan Carter's speech and just kind of motivated through the day, and you heard the alumni talk, and it really gave you a sense of pride in being here. As far as things that I might change, you know, I think that as far as freshmen, we did a great job of being there, but I think that in order for it to continue, in order for it to become a tradition that more upperclassmen are going to have to attend, you know, I don't know how to motivate people to do that, but maybe more enticing events would bring that about. But definitely more people need to go for that to be a tradition.
Like Kelly said, I think kind of the attendance rates had to do with maybe a little bit of like an attitude that people had in terms of like the way they thought about going about C-Day, and I think that's really what it boils down to is like the attitude you take going into it, and I think that's something that you can change. We could possibly change as senators, you know, make it more exciting. I mean, not changing any like the events, but like building up to it, just like kind of hyping it up more than it was maybe. But during my own experience with C-Day, like I said, Carter's speech was awesome, and then we had a second talk, and I forget what building it was in, but they were both really motivational with the talks. If you could listen to Barry through, which I thought was pretty easy. But the servers, like Brett said, we had like 30 guys in a chicken coop tearing up boxes, and they only need like 5 of them. So maybe like find more stuff that, you know, make smaller groups and find more stuff to get done.
As far as C-Day goes, I think the whole general idea and the whole meeting behind it was a really great thing for the school. I know coming in here as a freshman, I didn't know that many people. It was just another opportunity to meet a lot of people. And I know in high school we were required to do a lot of community service. So that was actually one part maybe some people didn't like was community service, but I kind of liked that whole aspect of it. And the only thing I would change is that maybe, I know our dorms were assigned to specific like service projects, so maybe if we had the option to pick something we were more interested in, we maybe have a better motivation to go and do a good job for our community.
C-Day was alright. There was a lot of sitting, a lot of speeches. It was pretty formal. I feel like one of the things you could do, I think one of the C's was community. I feel like your dorm, first the freshmen had their own speech, then your own little dorm was kind of separated. I think it should be more of a whole out school, kind of like a party thing. Like you talk to the CAC, maybe get a band. I mean, I knew it was bad weather, but you know, the fair inside, I was picturing more like a fair, like just stuff going on all over. But like, just kind of getting everyone out of their room and talking to new people. That's what I pictured. I think it could be a little better.
All right, guys, thanks. All right. Final question came from an alumnus, and I think because he graduated, so I'm going to leave the expletives out of this question, and I'll just replace them with a blank. But who the blank are you, and why the blank, blank, blank should we vote for you? Should these men vote for you?
Really, am I?
Yeah. Serious question.
My name's Trip Ahrensmeyer. I don't know if you caught that. Who am I on a more deeper level? I care about each of you very individually. I like, you know, I want to join a fraternity here. I might swim, I don't know, we'll see. I think I'm a good guy, I'm honest, I'll uphold the honor code. If I'm on Senate, I will take it very seriously, like you said. And you should vote for me because I mean, like I said, this is a career path for me. This is probably one of the most important things in college for me, the Senate, besides grades. So I mean, I will take it very, very seriously. If you have concern at all, come to me and I will bend over backwards for you.
Just get down to it. I'm a stand-up guy. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to try my best to do it. I will take each and every one of your opinions to heart. I am very polite. I'm really easy to get along with. If you ever see me around, say hi, I'll say hi back. I love to talk. I'm a people person. I really think I could do a great job in the Senate for the school, for you guys, for really any other reason you may think. No need to panic, vote Benny Baranek.
I am Sparta. But I mean, you might think I'm joking when I say that, but I believe that I do uphold some of the morals and kind of, I don't know, strength of character as the guys you see in that movie Sparta, or whatever, 300, excuse me. That's just kind of what I've been raised on, and how I think what kind of guy I am. I have my morals. I have, I love people, and I listen to their opinions, take them to heart, but I also have my own opinion as well, and I'll be able to use that in the Senate.
I'm Kelly Pools. I'm running once again because I like that leadership position that the Senate puts you in. I'm a good guy. I listen to people. I'm a respectable person. I think it's important as a senator that you uphold yourself in a way that you're reflecting the rest of the school. So how you act, how you go out on the weekends, how you go about doing things reflects on the school. So I mean, especially if you're put in a position like this, you want a person who's, who would go in places or, out on the weekends, that you're going to look up to that person and say, he's representing our school well, and I think I can provide that for you.
I'm Brett Shaw. I'm going to be a leader to our class, and as senator, I'm going to represent our class.
Thanks, guys.
Stacy. So this is a question that's come up in years past, and it's comical in nature, but it's supposed to really get to the heart of your character and your fortitude. No, not that one. No. If you were a candy bar, what would you be and why? Keep the answer short and sweet, but more than 15 seconds.
What was the question?
If you had to be a candy bar, what would you be and why?
Well, I need Greg answer.
Fair enough. I'd be a Snickers because it's a little bit of goodness in everything, of all types of food.
I'd be a Kit Kat because my brother's name's Kit and I've always been jealous of his name.
Take 5. Got all kinds of flavors in me. Sweet, sour. Oh, not sour. I don't know. Sweet, salty.
I would be a payday because that's got lots of peanuts in it. It's got protein that's strong. I got strong morals. Get down to the point.
I would be a Twix bar because I usually say things I shouldn't. You see the commercials, they put it in their mouth to stop them from talking.
Have you read The Key?
Yes, I have read The Key. I read it last week before I wanted to run, and I just read it about a half hour.
Yes, I haven't read every single word of The Key, I'm going to be honest, but I have looked through it thoroughly more than once. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I have.
I have read the student constitution part of The Key that involves student government.
I've read the key except for the CAC portion.
Is there any more questions?
I'd like to ask a question to Brett Shaw.
No. The question that we directed to the whole panel.
Yeah. The whole page. Oh, okay. That's
Sorry.
Ask
All right. Well, I guess we will switch it out for the CAC. Thank you, guys.
Oh, they get everybody.
Well, are you guys ready? Well, let's have the chairman of the CAC.
Guys, those of you that I did not know, my name is Franklin Bowers. I'm chairman of the CAC. And basically the CAC holds the keys to the fun here in Sydney. We put on all events from a giant concert to a poker night in the Tiger Inn. there's a lot of work that goes into it. Britt was chairman of the CSC last year on the CSC. I've been on the CSC for a couple of years, and it's a lot more than just showing up on the day of a concert and making sure the band has enough water. It's a lot of planning, a lot of team-oriented stuff. You have to work well as a team and want to pitch in. So it's also a very fun and rewarding job. So let's go ahead and get started. First question, why should your class elect you for CSC, and what do you bring to the table?
My name is Lawrence Bowers. I would say that I'm personally an easy person to come up to and be a leader for their peers. As far as CAC goes, I also do a lot of music around the border, except for like death metal. I'm a fan of most music. I'm dependable, punctual. Feel like morally strong is something I understand, and if I could be a help to the CSC.
My name is Matt Henson. I think as far as the CAC goes, and just in general in this position, I'm easy to walk up to and talk to and like suggest bands. I listen to all genres of music except for like Lawrence said, like the heavy metal stuff. But if you have any suggestions of who you'd like for me to work for to get here, I'm not afraid to call anybody and talk to their managers or anything. And I'm a real talkative guy. I might try and persuade them and try and work some things out. But I try and bring the fun to Hampton-Sydney and keep it going.
Hi, I'm Cameron Tilley, and basically, I love to have fun. I hate seeing people not enjoying themselves, and I love to make sure the entire campus does in all our events. And I wanted to add a bunch of more events, and I've had a lot of experience planning and putting on events through my school, student government. We had a tremendously involved prom and through Scouts, so I know myself.
My name's Matt O'Donnell. I think I'd be a great candidate for freshman CAC. Really approachable. Come talk to me anytime. Like, I've seen all you guys around, recognize all your faces. And I'm open to new ideas. Any ideas you guys have? You know, not just like bands, like what kind of music you like, but just like what kind of events you want. Like just like small events on like Friday afternoons, just like fun stuff. Like, because that's what college should be. It should be fun. So.
My name is Branch Benson, and I'm very honest and friendly, and I think you should vote for me because I'm very open to opinions. I will listen to the majority, and I won't put my thoughts before the majority's thoughts. So.
With Hampton-Sydney being a small, all-guys school in the South, not every single music act would be welcome. I mean, not welcome, but loved here. If money was not an issue, what band would you like to see here at Hampton-Sydney that would be a good fit and a big hit?
I would like to see more modern music, maybe, that more of our class has heard and recognized before. I know, speaking of the past bands, excuse me, that some people have never heard of them. So I think that we should get more modern bands here, as far as that's possible.
Leonard Skinner. Just because been a couple concerts, awesome concerts, fun for anyone. You know, anybody can enjoy some good Leonard Skinner. So.
Well, that was what I was going to say, but I would love to get Garth Brooks out of time and bring him back to perform. That'd be awesome.
I'd love to see the Zach Brown band come. I think that would bring a lot of women to come watch that. Everybody just have a good time. And like one of my cousins is best friends with Zach Brown, so even if money was an issue, I might go like talk with him and maybe get some strings pulled. But yeah, Zach Brown band would be my top choice.
For one act, I'd love to have an Eric Clapton Allman Brothers duo on stage. But as far as like the modern, as far as like that act, I feel like that could cover a lot of areas and is well liked like all around music for most of us here. But as far as like a modern, more recent music, I know that like the beats, like the pre-lights, that kind of genre that was here a few years ago. That's always a lot of fun. So I mean, I'm open to all ideas for freshmen to come ask me. So yeah.
All right. With Hampton City, and also we do not have unlimited money to spend on those bands. With Hampton City being a small liberal arts school, in Farmville, a lot of complaints we hear is there's not enough stuff to do. And so that means small productions are a big part of what we do. We have to put on small productions and we have to try to do the best we can to have people come. What are some ideas or your thoughts on small productions?
As like smaller bands?
They can be smaller bands, and I'm talking about not the big homecoming or group concerts, the smaller things during the week we have around campus. What are some of your ideas and your thoughts about small productions?
I think with two ideas, well, as far as smaller productions musically, I think that maybe local Virginian music bands would be good for the community. Like maybe Farmville and Walwood, have a central, have a lot of big turnout, maybe a weekly, 2 weeks thing, maybe here and there. And then as far as other kind of events, I think maybe there might be such, but like basketball tournaments here and there, not high-end, not like that structured, but maybe some casual, somewhat structured events like that to just get people out and doing things and staying busy as they're not already.
I know I've taught a bunch of people. I play guitar. Some other people play different musical instruments. I think maybe an open mic night or something for people to come out and just, have fun on stage. You don't even have to be the best singer or anything, as long as you're just having fun and have a good turnout and play for your peers. And then who knows, you might get started your own little band out of that. And then also just for something for fun, maybe have a annual hot dog eating contest and let's see who's the big macho man who can eat the most. Just something funny like that, but just small ideas like that.
I know the school used to do a lot more stuff like this, but busing other schools here, especially Longman girls and Sweetbriar girls, and to bus them here for different little mixers and just small events so we get to meet them.
I'd say for music-wise, definitely kind of along the lines of what Matt said, like an open mic night or battle of the bands, because there's so many people that play music here, and they're actually really good. One little concert down at TI, and for other small events, get basketball tournaments, maybe floor hockey in the gym, just fun events that we can invite other people that aren't just from Hampton City, but people from in town that can also get to them.
I also agree. I think we need to have an open mic night or invite bands that are formed by the students here, and also smaller productions. Athletes love sports. I think tournaments would be great. I know we have some clubs, but just having a night where guys can play basketball or another sport, I think would be really great.
That'd be good. And then 15 seconds each, just real quick. If you were stuck on a desert island and you had to take 2 CDs with you, and they could be a deluxe CD, so that counts as 1 CD. So it'd be a 2-disc set, that counts as 1 CD. Which one would you take?
I would probably bring some Bob Marley, and I like Lil Wayne, so I'd bring him. Any one of his albums, really.
That's the hardest question ever. I'm gonna stick with Skinner, and I'm gonna go Bob Marley.
Probably Avery Brothers and Jimmy Buffett.
nights I'd go with Zach Bowman because I really like him. And then, I don't know, maybe like just a good classical one just to relax me. Maybe like a Beethoven when I'm just stressed.
I'd say one would be maybe like a real easygoing Grateful Dead greatest hits, and two, the Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt.
Really right answer.
And then the last question, I can't have a CAC debate without this. If you were a kitchen utensil, what would you be and why?
A sport for all-around purpose.
A steak knife, because it's just a good sturdy knife for everything.
A peeler, because I like people to come out of their shells or come out.
A whisk, because I like to mix things up.
I'm gonna go with a fork, just for all around purposes.
You might have
Which band would you never want to play in England City?
Miley Cyrus.
Nickelback.
I can't think of one worse than Nickelback, honestly. Justin Bieber.
Beaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Nickelback as well.
In the Nickelback genre, Creed.
It's actually good to know the lead singer of Nickelback, Chad Kroeger, just married Avril Lavigne. So let's hope. That's all I want to say on that.
This is also a question that's been used in the past, but I'll just substitute a different band, contemporary band. Say you have the option of having One Direction, a new boy band, come here, play for free, and have every woman in Virginia come here. Or would you have it not at all? I mean, what would your decision be?
For the perks, I'd say I would.
Yeah, I think I could deal with that if you're going all the way out. Though I would forget about the music after a while. So.
I would say the women are more fun than the music. So.
I'd say as long as it's in the lagoon and like far away enough from my door.
Obviously, yes. Make the girls outweigh the music.
I would just go to the case. I enjoy it. Listen to One Direction.
Is there any more questions?
All right. Good luck, guys.
Great time.
Well, I guess that pretty much wraps things up. Thank everyone for coming. Again, this video will be on YouTube and Facebook, and you'll be getting an email sometime tomorrow with the link.
Just one thing, just because it's been narrowed down, don't think that the campaigning doesn't need to pick up. I mean, this is still an important process. Spend the time. If you haven't done door knocking yet, I suggest doing that. If you haven't made posters yet, I suggest doing that. Think of something creative outside the box. I mean, most people that have run positions have done something unique or extraordinary. So don't just let it go by the wayside since this debate's over. Really keep at it. And I'm just going to restate this. The rules are still the same. Do not deface anyone else's property. Do not deface anyone else's posters. Try to do this the best you can. You know, we're all supposed to act like normal at all times in all places. So just remember that.
Thank you, Brent. Well, have fun.